It's that time again. Duffy Betterton is back to unbox the spring ballroom box. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one because we've got an extra special treat in store for you. Hey, it's your pal, the Dancing Housewife, and welcome to another episode of the Dancing Housewife podcast, where we talk about the art, heart, sport, and science of ballroom dance. Joining me today is my good friend Duffy Betterton from Dance Dress Couture. So get ready for some fun because we're unboxing the spring ballroom box. Duffy, thanks for being here today.
Yes, thank you. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm excited because we have fun things to show you in the spring box, but then also we're going to pick your brain a little bit. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, take it away. Here we
Yes.
go.
Okay. So the spring box, the theme for this box was all about being confident before you even step on the dance floor and about preparation. I'm going to show you a couple of the things. So this is the Magic Skin Repair Facial Cleanser. It is a foaming facial cleanser that smells great, really good. So really important to clean your face. It's great to use morning and night. Again, just preparing your face. And then the next thing that is in the box is this Siren Silk. Y'all, this little jar right here is so nice and luxurious. It is a multitasking hydration cream. You always want to make sure you hydrate your face. It is amazing how often wrinkles and puffiness and all the things in our face is really dehydration. Whether
Right.
that is partly from what we drink and what we put into our system, but also like what we do with our face. So hydration cream. It smells great. It's just
Yeah,
not
it really does.
smooth. It's really silky, very, very luxurious feeling, feels great. And so that, along with, this is one of the big things that's in our box, and I already opened mine out of the box. It's a really pretty box too, white and gold, but inside is a Derma roller. So this Derma roller is meant to use on your face to help plump and rejuvenate the collagen in your face. So there are like little tiny needles. You do want to make sure that you clean this well. I've even like poured the rubbing alcohol in here and used my little tray to clean my roller. So Derma roller, you said you have used a Derma roller before.
Yeah, I do. And I actually put like a little small shot glass, and I fill it with rubbing alcohol, and I just like let it sit in there for a little while, and then rinse it under. You have to make sure you rinse the alcohol off because you don't want to use it with alcohol, but rinse
Yes.
it off. And I just let it air dry, and it's amazing. I've been using it now, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and I actually have noticed a difference. I think it does help your moisturizer get absorbed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, and it actually feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good.
I think it does feel good. It just,
Yeah.
and maybe it's the whole process of cleaning and moisturizing and all
Yeah.
the things, but even just the little, like, prickles, I would say be gentle, start
Yeah.
gently, and then, use accordingly from there. So we'll
Yeah,
have some more instructions, but
Yeah, read the instructions. I actually can use it every day now, but it does take a little while.
yes.
I can't remember what the instructions said, but I know I was only using it twice a week at first. It's like you have to build up.
Yes,
Now I
yes.
use it every day, once a
Okay.
day. I don't
Once
use
a
it
day,
twice a
yes.
day. I use it
Yeah,
before
I think
bed.
that's good. Right.
Yeah, but it takes a little getting used to.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does, it does, it does, yeah. Okay, the next thing that was in our box, this is all about hands, actually 2 things. So, this is a, cuticle nail pen, so really, really nice to just keep your cuticles nice and
Yeah.
soft. And it's a sandalwood scent, so it smells nice, it's not overpowering, feels really great. And then the other thing, we thought these were so cute. We had these custom hand painted. It is
Yeah.
a crystal nail file with
Yeah.
a little, like, ballroom
Dancer.
dancers.
Yeah.
You can see the little dancer on there. And so this is a crystal nail file that is, supposed to never need to be resharpened. So really nice. We sent this little cover with it so that you could put it in your dance bag, in your car. I'm finding that I want one in all the places,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
we only have a couple of these left, so I'm trying to be really good and only keep one for myself. They are really cute. Everybody has really, really liked this. It's really pretty and it is very handy and useful. Especially like if you're dancing, you do not want to have snags in your nails because you
No.
have on very nice dresses, you have
Right.
great fabrics. Tights, oh, that's the worst if you have a
Yeah.
snag in your nails.
Yeah.
So
You know what that's also good for? Um, if you don't have if you put heel protectors on your shoes, this is just a
Yes.
little tip. If you put heel protectors on your shoes and you don't have the kind that have the suede bottoms, some heel protectors are just rubber. You can
Yes.
actually take that and file it a little bit and it doesn't make it stick so much. Just a little
Ah,
tip. Yeah, yeah.
that's a great
It
tip.
it roughens up the heel protector
Yeah, yeah.
a little bit better than a regular emery board. Yeah.
Oh,
I tried it. I just thought, I wonder if this is going to work here. And it does.
it does. Oh, that's a really great tip. Oh, we might have
Yeah.
to like snag that out. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And then the last item that was in the box is this shirt. So I'll kind of stand it so
Yes.
that you can see. This is we call it our button-down tunic shirt. It does have our little dancers on it. It is nice and soft, long sleeve. It has pockets. And the idea behind this shirt is really as you're preparing for an event and you're doing hair and makeup,
Yeah.
we discovered that we wanted something that was comfortable
And button down.
and
Because if you
button down.
take something over your head, you mess up. How many times have my eyelashes come off
Yeah.
when I pull a t-shirt off?
Or your lipstick gets smeared,
Yeah.
or your hair is like perfect, and then
And
just
then-
this little piece
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
what or something like that. So
Yeah.
we put this in the box. It's been a couple years, and everybody loved it. We sold out of them, and so we went back and had them remake it. We changed it just a little bit in the length, and then have like a little bit of a thicker
yeah.
little substance to
Collar.
the
Mhm.
collar. So that it stays nice. But even if you just like, if you need this for a warm up, you could wear it with leggings. It's long enough that it covers your tushy.
Your butt.
Yes. 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 So you can wear it without, I've even like run to the restroom, put my tights on, and then come back and gotten my dress
Yeah.
on, and I'll just like button up and,
Yeah.
covered on everything.
And it's also really soft and
Yes.
it's like really comfortable to nap in or even sleep in. I mean, like it's super soft.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good
Actually,
napping,
somebody said they got their sleep shirt, and I was like, "We didn't put a sleep shirt in the box." I was like,
that might have been me. That might have been me because it's so soft. I was like, I'm sleeping in this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. And hopefully you can dream about dancing while you're sleeping, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this did come in everybody's box in teal. We have a few left in teal, but sizes are running short on those. But we did also order them in black as well.
Yeah.
So if you want another shirt, then you can order them on our website in black.
And how much are the black? Are they all the same price or
They are.
Yeah.
They're all $52.
Okay.
$52.
Okay. Okay. That's not bad. That's actually a pretty decent price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So that was the spring box. That was a
Yeah.
good box.
That was a good box.
Preparations.
Yes, a
So-
lot of fun things.
So when Duffy and I decided to do this episode, she said, we've got all the physical, tangible stuff for preparation, but, since your wheelhouse is mental prep, maybe we can talk a little bit about mental prep. So I thought, we need a 60-second or a 90-second mental prep. And so, first of all, the box is so fun. I
Yay.
love anything that helps me feel a little bit more prepared, put
Yes.
together. And honestly, that's why this probably is one of my favorite boxes, just because I'm such a preparation freak. But this is all, like we said, this is all the physical, hands, face,
Right.
body.
Exactly.
It's the things you can see and touch. But what's happening up here in your brain and in your nervous system, that preparation, a lot of people really neglect or overlook because
Or just don't
and
even know how.
yeah,
to
yeah.
prepare.
And here's the thing. Confidence isn't just about knowing your routines or making sure you look good. There's a lot that happens in your brain when you get ready to step on the dance floor that's very different from when you just go to practice or you just have a lesson.
Yes.
And confidence on the dance floor, it doesn't just come from not being nervous. No. You have to be a little nervous. It happens.
It does.
It comes from confidence and sort of steadiness comes from knowing exactly what to do with your nerves. So if you're listening, I want to give you something that's really simple, something you can actually use at your next competition to piggyback on this quarter's ballroom box. And I want you to think of it as your mental preparation routine. So like I said, you can do it in a minute, 90 seconds. You can do it in the hallway. You can do it on deck. You can do it sitting at your table before your heat. I mean, you can do it basically anywhere, but it's really important. And I think the order is really important too, because it really does help you settle your brain and manage those stress hormones. So the first thing is breath. The second thing is focus. The third thing is intention. And the fourth thing, which a lot of us overlook, is productive self-talk. So let's talk about breathing first, because if your body's in chaos, your dancing is going to be chaotic. So, and there's actually a reason, a physiological reason for why we feel that chaos when we're getting ready to compete. It's because when you're about to step on the dance floor, your body just ramps up, right? You get a little bit hyper, your heart rate increases, your breathing gets shallow, and that's because adrenaline is kicking in. That's your fight or flight system doing exactly what it's meant to do. We need to have a little bit of excitement. And so the problem is, if that goes unchecked, you don't just feel excited. You don't feel excited anticipation. You start to have out of control performance anxiety. So that's where breath work comes in, because controlling your breathing is one of the fastest ways to calm your brain and your nervous system, because when you slow your breathing down, you take controlled inhales, you pause, you're actually regulating the stress hormones in your brain. So instead of cortisol and adrenaline controlling your body, you essentially start to control those stress hormones, and you're sending your body a message that says, okay, we're okay. It's okay to feel this anxiety, but we're going to keep it in check. There's two kinds of breathing that are really simple. Again, you're not trying to eliminate your nerves. You're just trying to control them. You don't want to be flat. You just want to be regulated. So I like either what's called box breathing or belly breathing.
Okay.
So I'm going to teach you how to do box breathing right now. Box has 4 sides.
Okay.
And box breathing has 4 steps. So you're going to inhale to the count of 4.
Okay.
Then you're going to hold it for the count of 4. Then you're going to exhale for the count of 4. And then you're going to hold it for the count of 4 again. And you want to repeat that process 3 or 4 times. I think box breathing is the most effective way to really shut down that cortisol secretion. But some people don't want to count. Some people don't want to spend that much attention. And sometimes you're in a position where you can't. You're so stressed, you can't think enough. So belly breathing is really cool too. Put your hands on your stomach and you take a deep breath in. And as you take that deep breath in, you want to feel your belly inflate, feel your hands actually go out with your belly. And then when you exhale, you feel your hands come in and your belly goes in.
Oh, nice.
So those are 2, box breathing and belly breathing. Next, you're going to anchor your breath work with something called a visual focus drill.
Okay.
Why do we do this? Because when you're anxious, it pulls your attention everywhere. Think about it. It's hard to focus. You jump from, okay, there are the judges. Oh, there's another couple. Oh, my bracelet feels weird. Oh, do I have time to go to the bathroom? Like, there's a million things that run through your head. Is my lipstick okay? Oh my gosh, where's my partner? He's not over here. Like, you don't have, it's just crazy.
Yes.
And so you just start thinking about what might go wrong. So while you're breathing, maybe halfway through your 3 to 4 breath cycle, pick something to look at. It can be a light fixture. It can be, if you're standing on deck, the number of the person in front of you. It could be a spot on the wall, a doorway, anything. I like to look at my shoes because I always know my shoes are going to be there. So I always have something I look at. Okay, if I'm on deck, I know I have my shoes on. I'm going to look at my shoes. And you lock in. You actually look at it.
Okay.
And you stare at it and you try as if you're going to try to memorize every feature so that if you were to close your eyes, you could see it in your head.
Okay.
That's how much you want to focus on that. And concentrating on every feature like that is what you're doing is you're training your brain to stay steady instead of scattered.
Okay.
And it's amazing how that really does work. So you're breathing and you're focusing. You might be doing that for 30 seconds.
Do you do that? Can you do that together? Or you're doing that together with your breathing?
So typically what I do on deck, I'll start a breathe. I like box breathing. It works for me. So I'll do like one cycle of box breathing, and then I'll keep doing it as I'm staring at my shoes and I'm counting the fours in my
Right.
head
Right.
and staring at my shoes. And I'll do that maybe another 3 cycles with the box breathing. And then I pick an intention, not 10 corrections, not all the things you've been working on, not anything that's unclear. Like, don't mess up is not a good intention. Never use don't. You don't want to use don't. You
Okay.
want to use
Right.
do.
I love it.
So, like one simple job. So, a lot of times I'm working on, I might be working on something in practice and I'll have a cue for it. So, for example, um, one thing that we're working on with our coaches in our amateur partnership is that Pat needs to dance his own choreography. I need to dance my own choreography. We need to not worry about each other. And our coaches say, be selfish. So sometimes I'll say, okay, be selfish, dance selfish.
Okay.
And it actually makes our connection stronger. So whatever it is that your cue is, it's
Interesting.
one simple intention. It could
Okay.
be breathe, move, connect with my partner, hold my frame,
Posture.
whatever it is,
Okay.
posture,
Okay.
whatever. One thing. That's it. One thing.
Ah,
And then, and then the
that's really
last
good.
thing, what?
It's hard to pick one thing.
Yeah. But when you're under okay, here's the concept behind that.
Okay.
If you're competing, right? You're not going to learn anything new
Right.
in the on deck
Right.
area.
You've already done
Okay?
all the work. Right.
You've done all the work, and if you don't have a full grasp on something you're working on, you are not going to get it in the 15 seconds before you step on the floor. So just pick one thing to concentrate on, because
Right.
when you're under pressure, your brain doesn't need a lot of information. It
More.
needs clarity. And so that's why we don't say
Nice.
don't, we say do, because it gives your brain a clear intention of what it's going to do.
I love that so much. That is, I mean,
Yeah.
that alone is worth the whole listen here.
Yeah,
Like, that little snippet is so good. Love it.
Yeah, it's really important. And then here's the part a lot of people overlook. Right before you step on the floor, you have to know what you're saying to yourself, and you have to control what you're saying to yourself, because self-talk is really powerful. I usually say, you've got this, because you're training your brain to trust yourself, or strong, steady, confident, or even just have fun. Whatever it is. Pat's positive self-talk always is, we've got what we've got. We got what we got. And I'm like, yep, we got what we got. Because whether you realize it or not, you're actually talking to yourself. You're always talking to yourself. There is a running dialogue in your head 24/7. 97% of it is happening at the subconscious level. So what you have to do is you have to make a conscious effort to say something that is going to be productive and not sabotage your dancing, but support your dancing. You need to be your biggest cheerleader. You need to think about, what would I say to my teammate? What would I say to my partner? What would I say to somebody I'm encouraging? And you have to treat yourself that same way.
I started hearing myself saying to people, you get to do this. So
Yeah.
I've started, as I step onto the floor, of just like, I get to do this. I
Yeah.
get to be here. I get to dance. I get to express this. I get to, do all the things, wear the dress, do the makeup. I get to be here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because
Is that good?
one of the
bad?
things, no, it's great. It's great, because one of the things that has the biggest impact on shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, and a growth mindset is the kind of mindset where you are hopeful. You don't feel like you have any limits. You feel like, if I work hard, I can accomplish things. One of the biggest things that impacts a shift from fixed to growth mindset is practicing gratitude.
Yes. Yeah.
Because gratitude leads to hope, and hope leads to optimism, and people who are optimistic do well. And so it's really interesting that there are all these different theories and concepts that are kind of rooted in what's called applied positive psychology. And it's a branch of psychology that doesn't really study pathology. It studies the brains of happy and successful people, and then tries to replicate that. So that's where a lot of performance coaching comes from, is applied positive psychology. But so this little mental prep, you
Yes.
calm your body with breathing, you anchor with a focus drill, you set a clear intention, and you direct your mindset with positive self-talk or productive self-talk. And that's how you walk on the floor. That's how you prepare your brain to feel ready. Not perfect. You're never going to be perfect, but you're going to be ready. So now I want to talk about not being perfect.
Okay.
Because
yes.
part of growth is learning lessons from failing, learning lessons from making mistakes. And
so
once
hard.
we start understanding that mistakes and failure are part of the process, they don't feel so devastating anymore. Because no matter how prepared you are, at some point, something's going to go sideways. You're going to miss a step. You're going to feel off. You might forget choreography. You might dance off time. Something is not going to go the way you wanted because that's part of the process. The question isn't, is that going to happen? It's, when is it going to happen? And what am I going to do when it does? Because
it's the reality. Yes.
Yeah. Because the people who win, the people who are on the podium, aren't the people who don't make mistakes. They're the people who recover the quickest. And so there's a really simple routine. It's called a reset routine that you can use even if you don't make a mistake. It's a really good routine to use between heats or between dances because it's quick. 3 steps: reset, reframe, refocus. 3 R's. First, reset. If you make a mistake, reset your brain. The best way to reset your brain, breath. So, couple of belly breaths, okay? That alone can stop the emotional spiral before it ever happens. Then you reframe, because here's where things go off the rails. When you make a mistake, you start talking badly to yourself. I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh, everybody saw it. That was terrible. You know, all these things, right?
Yeah.
And now you're carrying that into the next dance or the next heat. So what we do is we reframe by focusing on the facts and not on the emotions. So we reset with our breath. We reframe by focusing on the facts without judgment, without emotion, keep it neutral. So, okay, I danced off time. Why did I do that? I'm going to do better the next time. Or I forgot my choreography. Oh, well, hopefully I'll remember it next time. Like, you just assign no meaning to it, no judgment.
Yeah.
Shake it off. I'm still in this. One moment doesn't define the rest of this competition. And that's not fake positivity. That's not Pollyanna. That's not toxic. It's not that you're pretending it didn't happen. You're just simply getting your brain to a neutral, phase by focusing on the facts without having emotion. Because the emotion is why we go crazy. It's the emotion. And then finally, you refocus by resetting your intention. So whatever happened, you create an intention that helps you not do it again. So for example, I forget choreography a lot of the time. And one of the things that happens is I look like a deer in the headlights, and I'll look at Pat and go, and so my intention, whenever I forget choreography in a heat and I'm getting ready to go to the next heat, my intention isn't remember my choreography. My intention is keep dancing if I forget.
I love it.
So stay on time, keep smiling, do your best, freestyle if you have to. So, and trust me, I have. Like, I've looked at Pat and said, I got nothing. I don't know where we are. Please get me back on phrase. Like, I literally am looking like, like Elaine in Seinfeld doing that weird dance. But, when you refocus by setting that intention, right? That's where your energy goes. Your energy goes to that intention rather than, oh my gosh, everybody just saw me. I look like an idiot, right?
Yeah.
And so when you do that, instead of spiraling, you come back quicker and your brain is calmer. So the chances of you making that mistake diminish.
Right.
When you're hyper, the chances of making those mistakes is up here versus down here.
Right.
And that's really the difference, because mentally tough dancers, they're not perfect. They don't have flawless rounds, but they don't stay stuck. They don't stay stuck. They know how to come back quickly, intentionally, without all that extra noise in their head. So for everybody listening, now you have your physical preparation tools with the Ballroom box.
Yes.
And you have the 4-step mental prep and the 3-step mental reset. So you're going to be perfect at your next competition.
At least you're gonna walk onto the floor with a little bit more confidence, right? You're gonna walk on a little more prepared for what's coming ahead.
Yeah, and actually, check the show notes because they're going to be links to the Ballroom box, and I'll also put a link to a downloadable sheet that has this
Good.
whole
Okay. I was gonna say, box
mental
make sure
prep.
that's available for you too. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are not a Ballroom Box subscriber already, be sure to visit ballroombox.me to sign up. And don't forget, if you're new, use the coupon code BBHousewife when you check out, and you'll get a 10% discount.
Yes.
And Duffy, thank you for joining me today.
Yes.
And for those of
Oh,
you
thank
listening,
you.
thanks for tuning in today. If you're enjoying the Dancing Housewife podcast, drop a comment, click like, and don't forget to subscribe or follow us on social media so you never miss an episode. This is Duffy and the Dancing Housewife signing off. And until next time, happy dancing.